I just saw the brand new Superman, written and directed by James Gunn. Now, I've been skeptical about this movie from the very beginning. Number one, it just came out of the blue. No warning, no build up, just Superman. Number two, I'm not the biggest fan of James Gunn being in charge of DC. This Superman movie, it wasn't bad. The action, the comedy, the storyline, everything was engaging and entertaining. The only thing is, I thought that Superman was a pretty good Marvel movie. Now, in case you're confused by what I said, let me explain. I'm well aware that Superman is a DC project, but with James Gunn as the writer and director, he managed to turn Superman into a pretty good Marvel movie. Here I was thinking James Gunn was about to reinvent himself and give us a Superman movie like we've never seen before. And instead of making such a Superman movie, James Gunn got on set and made Guardians of the Galaxy 4. So I guess I'm kind of torn, because I could appreciate the victory on DC's behalf, but me being a DC fan, this didn't have a DC tone. In my opinion, James Gunn's directing style, it just equals cheesy Marvel movies. And I'm not trying to take nothing away from those films, because he does a great job at telling stories. So I give James Gunn credit for that. But even James Gunn himself made a statement more recently saying that when it was time to make the new Batman film, that in his words, it wouldn't be a campy Batman movie. I'm not sure if James Gunn is aware or not, but that's exactly what he did with this Superman movie. He made a cheesy, playful, and campy Superman movie. And this is the precise reason why I never wanted James Gunn to be in charge of DC. I thought it was weird that a Marvel guy would be one of the CEOs of DC. And I know that James Gunn was the director for Suicide Squad, which was a DC project. But that's my problem. Suicide Squad was everything that I just described this new Superman movie to be. The only difference is the Superman movie is better, but it's almost the exact formula. And more importantly, why was Superman always whining in this movie? For about 75% of it. He's Superman, the Man of Steel. What is he crying and whining for? He's the strongest man and or being in the world. Why did Superman spend 80% of that movie sounding like I wasn't too crazy about Lex Luthor, but the actor that played that character, he did a pretty good job considering the script that was given. But outside of those things, when I had a couple of days to just really process what I had saw, one of the bright spots was the Justice Gang. This was a group that I've never heard of before, but they did a great job in this movie. I'm primarily a DC fan because of Batman. I've never really been the biggest Superman fan, but Man of Steel was one of the best Superman stories ever told. Everybody involved with that version of Superman, they really set the tone for future versions of this movie. But it is one part of this movie that really pissed me off, and that was Lex Luthor getting his kicked by the dog. Superman has a dog in this movie, and Krypto, the dog, got into it with Lex Luthor and kicked his ass, and I didn't appreciate it. The main villain of this entire story, somebody that should be taken very seriously. That's some more of that Marvel mentality that was heavily influenced on a Superman movie. It's just no way Lex Luthor should be treated that way. If Superman is the one to beat his ass, then that's fine. But it's just absolutely no way on earth the damn dog is supposed to be whooping his ass that way. That's why when it comes to James Gunn being in charge of DC, I'm uncomfortable. I'm not saying that all DC movies have to be super serious, but a Superman movie shouldn't feel like something out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I thought we were going to get a Batman and a Superman movie somewhere down the line. So how can you have your Batman movie be so serious and then have your Superman movie be so damn silly? Is that the type of dynamic we're really going for when we get these two characters together? Because if that's what we're doing, I won't be there. In my mind, whether it's fact or fiction, James Gunn is established as a cheesy Marvel writer. Whether right or wrong. But all three of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, in addition to the Suicide Squad films, leads me to believe this statement to be nothing but true. And then for furthermore proof, this new Superman movie. It's all the evidence we need. It's a good movie if you're a Marvel fan. But if you're like me and you're a fan of Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan and their interpretation of Batman and Man of Steel, then I don't know if this Superman movie is going to be for y'all. Because outside of being a true fan of movies, it wasn't really for me either. So I'm just going to finish this off by saying, I hope this is just a part of a bigger story that they're telling. Because if Superman flies into Gotham on this same type of I'm walking out the theater. What's going on with it? I'm Southside Tre. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Full-Time Digital House, and follow me on all social media, Southside_Tre. Appreciate y'all.